Oh boy, I really don't know where to start with this one. I was planning on playing Airhead over the week and writing a review sometime down the road. Nope. I want this up launch day. Today, we're looking at Airhead, developed by Octado, massive mini-stream, and published by handygames. Okay, so first off, I received a review copy for free from the devs and Keymailer, but other than that, all of my opinions are my own, and I was not paid to say that this game was good. Alright, let's dive right into it. Airhead is a puzzle platformer in the vein of such classics as Braid, Limbo, or Inside. I think right off the bat, this one is going to go down in history, being added to that list as a permanent fixture. You find yourself controlling Body, dropped immediately into an alien world with no explanation. Quickly, you find Head. Look, I know, but if you write simple, then nobody will ever forget your character names. And the true mechanics of the game become apparent. It's your job to keep Head alive, and in order to do that, you'll need air. You can keep track of how much air you have left in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and any movement, or dropping Head, will cause the meter to tick down. This gives a sense of urgency in the puzzle solving in a way I've never really experienced in other games. Sure, it gives you a time limit, but it also lets you stop moving, take a breather, and think things through. Very, very interesting, and immediately made Airhead stand out in the crowd to me. So, in addition to your basic abilities and having to manage air, you'll also get Metroid-style exploration abilities, such as being able to actually use the devices you find scattered around the environment, or lighting up Head to use as a makeshift torch. You'll also take advantage of different types of air, such as to make you heavier or lighter in a plethora of different, pretty devious puzzles. So unlike those other games I mentioned earlier, Airhead is also a Metroidvania, so exploration is a huge part of your journey. I keep finding myself going off and exploring fairly large areas, only just to find an optional power-up after solving a particularly head-scratching puzzle. It feels super rewarding and really incentivizes looking around for more hidden areas. Okay, so graphics. Right off the bat, Airhead looks awesome. Very simple models, nothing crazy, but the lighting and general feel they've been able to achieve is mind-blowing. I audibly said wow when this came up on my screen. Combining settings like dank dark caves rife with abandoned mining equipment along with more well-lit outdoor areas, showing that this may have been a bustling society at some point, really gives a wide array of moods to this title. The simple yet effective graphics really lend into the background storytelling, similar to something you'd find in a FromSoft game. I really appreciate having the setting evolve naturally through not only the medium of the game, but also through what information the player themselves can glean from background details or small data entries. I'm personally a very big fan of this, especially when I can feel myself getting drawn in within the first half hour of play. The second I got the first new ability, I was in it. This game's soundtrack is awesome. I love an atmospheric empty planet vibe. However, in addition to that empty planet vibe, Airhead also really knows how to kick the sound up to match high energy scenarios. Most of the tracks are very simple drone tracks, maybe some wind and some beeps and boops thrown in just to hammer home the futuristic setting. But then, once the action starts, you'll be treated to electronic, bass-forward, almost tribal music. It's a great dichotomy. All the stuff you've been hearing in the background from this video are tracks from the game. Airhead controls very well. I haven't run into any issues with the platforming, though I should say that this game isn't like a Celeste or a I want to be the guy. It's more so focused on solving the puzzles in order to advance. I appreciate that the game doesn't try to assign you a million different buttons to remember the second they drop you in. When you start, you have the ability to move, jump, and grab things, and that's it. And then through playing the game, you'll unlock more abilities and figure out more of your moveset. I also personally very much appreciate the ability to turn off hints in the game. That crap in modern gaming drives me insane. I don't want my character shouting out the answer to a puzzle I'm trying to solve if I take more than 30 seconds at it. It's downright insulting. Kudos to the devs for at least giving me the option to turn it off. Thank you. As for performance, I played at 1440p with the reflections on and no super sampling. I have a Ryzen 5 5500 CPU, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 3060 Ti for a GPU. I didn't seem to have any problems immediately. As I mentioned before, I was pretty awed by the visuals in Airhead. Now that being said, an issue did seem to arise whenever I played for more than about an hour. I'd start to see some visual chugging as well as some audio tearing. This was especially really noticeable when I hit an especially large vista, and I'll throw in the footage here with the sound and everything just to show what I mean. Now, that being said, restarting the game did fix it immediately. I went back and looked at the same Vista shot again, and everything worked perfect. The audio and the visuals were perfect. Everything looked fine. No issues whatsoever. So, I mean, a reset will fix it. I do think it is something that the devs should probably look into going forward. Also, why is there no VSync button? Why can I not turn off and on VSync? It is 2024. Come on. I mean, I could just be dumb, but I didn't see it anywhere. Okay, so my final thoughts are pretty simple on this one. This is going to be a classic. Airhead's going to be talked about as an indie darling for years to come. I'm positive about this. I'm blown away by how invested they got me in a weird headless blob and his alien socket orb in such a small amount of time. Look, I'll level with you. If you like puzzles or platformers or Metroidvanias, or you just like a 50-50 blend of hectic time limits and chill ambiance, you're actually doing yourself a disservice by not checking out Airhead. I highly, highly recommend this game. And as per usual, thank you so much for watching, guys. It really means a lot. Have a great one. Please like and subscribe.